I keep my jacket on or not, Jacob? Should I keep the branding? No. Always be repping.
So is that your company?
Yeah.
And how's that going? Sorry, it's like I'm
No, it's all right.
Your
That's what we're here for. Yeah, it's going well. So we've been going for just shy of 2 years.
Nice.
Limited, just over a year. So I just kind of did a bit of sole trader stuff beforehand, just to ease cash flow. Because I don't know if since I left Boohoo, I was doing property. Property was really difficult to make money, month to month.
Well, it's in stages, isn't it? And phases, I suppose, with property, if you like flipping as well.
Yeah, but your bank balance is only going one way.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you sell it or you refinance it or whatever, and you hopefully make a bit of money.
I think every business is a bit like that, though. Your bank balance is only going one way for a long time.
Yeah, but some are worse than others.
Yeah.
Like, whereas with my business now, our average order value is 250 quid.
Yeah.
And we do 20 to 25k a month.
Yeah.
So I'm getting those 250 quids all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So it's nice dripping in, yeah. Whereas with property, it's just down, boom, down.
Yeah.
And it's not good for my personality either. Seeing your bank balance only go one way for 9 months, stressful.
Yeah. I think any business that's like that, though, is stressful, especially in the start, because everything's just going down.
Yeah.
Everything gets reinvested, every single bit of money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So how did you start Tiempo?
With help from family and with savings. My mum is heavily invested emotionally and financially.
Okay. Is she
in
a shareholder?
Business. She's not, no. Okay. I did give her that option, but she just said, I don't want to take anything away from you. So she was like partly one of the reasons why I started the brand.
That's good.
She called me and said, I need you to come round for a glass of wine. So I was like, right. I was thinking all sorts. I was like, someone's ill, something's wrong. And then I went round, she was sat in the garden, and she was like, I need you to quit your job. And I was like, what? She was like, I need you to quit your job. I need you to start your own brand. Yeah. And I was like, sorry, like, how am I going to do that? I was on like a decent salary at the time. Like, you know, I knew my job inside out. Yeah, I was overworked, but I knew my job.
That's what happens though. Yeah. When you're good at your job. I was the same.
Yeah.
Because you just get given stuff because everyone else is, I'm going to generalise, everyone else is incompetent. Yeah. So we're going to give Ryan and Nick the work. Yeah. And then you end up like, well, I'm now underpaid. Yeah, because I ended up taking on so many roles within one of my last jobs that I was a bit like, I'm not underpaid for my actual role, but for all of the other roles that I'm taking on, I am underpaid. And I think that's where my frustrations came from. And then obviously you come home, you tell your partner, you call your mum, tell her, and then they start to build a picture too. And then I think that was a lot of why she said, I really want you to quit your job. She was like, you know what you're doing. You just need to have a bit more confidence in yourself. Yeah. Start this brand. And I was like, right, okay, well, I can do this. But if I'm doing it, I am very much like, I would rather not do something if I'm not going to do it. Like, let's go all in. To me, there's no point doing it half-hearted. So I was like, if we're going to do this brand, we need to do this brand. Yeah. And financially, I think it's going to cost like X amount. Like, that's a lot of money. And at that point, she was like, I've got you, I'll sub you. So I was like, what? Which that probably sounds like I'm from a family with like a lot of money. I'm not. Like, my mum was a single parent. She brought me and Tara up on her own. Like, she struggled. So I think for her to be able to help me in that way, she was like, I've got full confidence in you. I am not concerned in the slightest. Yeah. And I was like, whoa, like the confidence she had in me, I thought I really need to like have a bit of confidence in myself now. So I was like, right, let's do this. Yeah, that's so good that you've got a mum like that. Like, she's amazing. Yeah. She's amazing. She's been the best role model for me and Tara growing up, my sister, because it was just us three. And she's like never let anything faze her. She's like such a strong woman. Like, sometimes she's too strong and I'm like, Mum. But I feel like as young women growing up, me and my sister needed that. Like, needed that role model, and she's just the best person on this earth. 100%. Nice. Yeah. So what was your background then, for the listeners?
So I've been in the fashion industry for about, I think we're actually coming up to 10 years now, which is crazy. So I've been in the fashion industry since I was 20. Started as a fashion designer, obviously as a junior. Looking back, I literally knew nothing. I couldn't even CAD when I started my first job. I didn't know anything about measurements, fitting, anything that kind of is the full picture of being a designer. And obviously over the 10 years, I've just like really gone out of my way to understand product, like understand fit. I've learnt from people higher up from me. They've been really, really helpful to me in my career before Tiempo. I remember I had a design director at Boohoo when I was there. So I was there for 4 years to start with. That was like the start of my career. And she was amazing to me. Like she literally took me under her wing. You'll know who I'm talking about. Okay. Caroline.
Yeah.
She would take me under her wing. Like when everyone else would have gone like home, she'd sit and teach me how to work out your margins. How do you buy products? Like what's the full picture of having a fashion brand? Because yeah, design is important, but unless you have the full picture of how to create a brand, you're not going to get anywhere. So she really taught me that and taught me how to understand, like, yeah, the full picture essentially. So obviously I've worked in different brands for like a number of years, just on your standard 9 to 5. But each job role that I ended up moving on to, I ended up taking on a bit more and taking on a bit more and taking on a bit more.
As you do.
Until I was basically running a brand. And then I thought, I need to just run my own. And then obviously the conversation with my mum happened. Yeah. But my background is heavily in design, but and heavily in fit and understanding fit and garment tech, understanding fabrics, the way they work on the body, you know, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think because I've seen Tiempo online, and although I'm probably not an ideal customer for you, I can see that the products are very design-led. They're very unique. They're very design-led.
Heavily.
And we obviously spoke just before we started about my girlfriend running a clothing brand.
Yeah.
And we've spoke about this previously with her. That's where she fell down, because it was always her dream to design her own pieces. She doesn't come from a fashion background.
Yeah.
We went to Leicester to, try and do stuff, but the material wasn't what she wanted. Hers was very sculpting, the seamless sculpting stuff. Yeah. That's what she wanted for her brand. So you can't really get that in the UK. You have to go to China to get it.
You're going to have to go overseas for something like that.
How important do you think it is for anyone that runs a brand like yours to have that fashion designer background?
So this is something that I toy with it quite a lot, because I see both sides. So I don't think you necessarily need to have a fashion background, but it's something that we call like having an eye for something, which basically means like you have a good eye for fashion, you have a good sense of style. Like all of that comes part and parcel of I think having a fashion brand. So like I don't think it's necessarily important to have a fashion design background or knowledge, but I do think it's important that if you don't have that knowledge, you need to be aware that you're going to have to pay or, get someone on board with you who does, because I think that's where having that knowledge and understanding the way garments fit, and this fabric is right for this style, or that's really not going to work. How does it feel on? How does it look on other people, not just on yourself? And then also with the design background, knowing when you're drawing something up, that's not going to work. Sometimes I'll draw something up and I'm like, that's not going to work, but that comes from the design knowledge and maybe seeing something like that previously, or that didn't work like that, so this isn't we're going to have to do it this way. So I don't think you necessarily need the background in fashion, but I think if you've not, it's important to get in garment techs, get in designers. Buy someone's experience, 100%. I had brands that did that with me, and they found it so helpful and beneficial. So it's essentially still the vision, I'm just helping them execute it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I did notice you do. Was it like a consultancy arm? Yeah. So you can help other brands to do that, which I imagine helps Cashflow in the startup phase, right?
Yeah. Because at the moment I'm not pulling anything from Tiempo, so I don't pay myself at all.
Yeah.
Everything is reinvest, which I'm fine with, and I knew that was going to be the case when I started this brand. You know, this isn't a short-term thing. I'm trying to build a long-term brand here, but. Yeah, I'm like, I still need to live.
Yeah, of course.
And pay my bills.
Yeah.
So obviously the consulting for other brands helps me with that. And it's lovely actually, because I feel like I really bounce off other brand owners as well, because sometimes we have the same struggles, or I'm in early stages of my brand and I can ask them for advice, like, what did you do? Did you ever have this happen? Like, what did you do with that? You know, in terms of like...
So you're getting free consultancy on the back of it.
Yeah, so it's like, do you know what I mean? But so that's really helped me too, but I just think, and that's why I come from the place of like, I see both sides with needing the experience and not needing the experience, because some founders that I've worked with, they have a clear vision, but they have no background, but they're great at what they do.
Yeah, they might be good at sales or
the marketing side and social. They just need some help implementing it in terms of the product.
And is your stuff UK manufactured?
No.
Okay.
Overseas.
Far East?
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to actually get on a plane and go and see the manufacturers?
So this is something else that I toy with as well, because it's not like necessary. It's not. Yeah, it's beneficial, but it's not necessary. And that's where if you had an endless pot of money and you could go out and see your manufacturers, amazing. Go and see the setup, go and speak to all of like, you know, the women or anybody who you have contact with on a day-to-day basis. Go and build a relationship with them, go out for food with them. I've done it, you know. It's great to put a face to a name because before that, all you're doing is talking with someone online.
Sure.
So yeah, it's beneficial in that sense, but you also have to be realistic. And if you haven't got an endless pot of money and you're trying to start up a brand from scratch, you don't need to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do video calls with them. The suppliers are amazing. So do video calls with them, get them to, you know, you'll be on WhatsApp with each other, sending over pictures, videos. I want this kind of texture. Look at this stretch. You know what I mean? There's ways and means to go about things without necessarily going out there. So again, I see both sides, but I do think a lot of that comes down to finance and if you've got the means to do so.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky one, I think.
Yeah, I've looked into it from a different, we're looking at doing something in our business and we're looking at going to China to manufacture it.
Yeah.
I think from my understanding so far, it only makes sense if you're at a scale where paying the money to go will potentially save you money on your rates.
Yeah.
Because my understanding is if you go and you look in the whites of someone's eyes, you're going to get a better rate over in China than you would over email. Is that true?
No, not necessarily. I think sometimes, if anything, it's a bit more difficult to negotiate it like face to face.
Right, because of the language.
Yeah, the language, and also because I think sometimes they're just like, no.
Fair enough.
But do you know what I mean? Whereas I think sometimes on email or however you're communicating with your suppliers, I just find negotiating prices with them a lot easier on message.
Right, okay.
I've never really done any negotiating face to face. But that's just something I've found. I think it depends on different industries, and you know, it depends how much you're buying quantity wise as well. If you're on low minimum quantity, like you're not going to be able to negotiate that price. That price is that price. Whereas if you're coming back and saying, look, I want 300, 400, 500 units, can you work with me here? They're doing a bigger run on production. So essentially that production line is going for longer than it would have been on your normal 50, 70, 100 units. So then, they will...
It's more efficient.
Yeah, they will drop the price and like work with you a little bit more. So yeah, I just think it depends. Depends on the industry, depends on the person.
Yeah. And what do you think of these agents that help source manufacturers or whatever? And I don't mean like an AliExpress, I mean like an actual boots on the ground agent.
I think Yeah, they're probably beneficial. I think if you've not got any suppliers and you don't know how to find them, yeah, it's an in, isn't it? I think that side of things, yeah. But I do think it's so easy to find your own manufacturers and suppliers. Like, it just takes you got to dig deep on Google. Do you know what I mean? And it's not just a quick search and you're done. It's a lot of trial and error, I think, with manufacturers. So I think unless somebody is going to turn around and say, this manufacturer is amazing at this, go with them. The quality I know from experience, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's been some suppliers that I've passed on to some of my clients and said, like, this is an amazing, like, activewear supplier, or this is an amazing supplier who solely focuses on jersey or wovens. And I think if you get that from somebody who knows and has worked with them previously, then yeah, that's great. But then I also think with the agents comes a level of trust.
Yeah.
Because you're then going to start either sampling or placing orders with somebody. And if they're not, do you know what I mean?
If they're not right.
If they're not right.
They've got no skin in the game sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, again, there's always pros and cons to everything, isn't there?
Yeah. So in terms of the scale of the business, what scale are you at now? You don't need to divulge exact numbers or anything. Yeah. What did I say?
We're doing well, you know.
I didn't say anything wrong, did I? I said brand.
Yeah.
Did I say brand? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Tiempo. I thought I'd said something.
Oh, scale of the business.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fine. I thought I'd called it like something stupid.
We're doing well. We've not even hit a year yet. So
I thought you'd been going longer than a year.
No, so we'll have hit a year on the 1st of May. 1st of May 25 is when we started trading.
Okay.
And I mean, we've already turned over 6 figures. So amazing. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good year one.
Considering it's not even over yet. But I think I've just been starting the brand, I wanted a very unique like brand identity. I want someone to be able to like see a girl in a restaurant or see someone out and about and people to be like, that's Tiempo. And I'm happy with how that's going.
Yeah.
I think we've got a clear brand identity. And I just want to make sure that we never lose that and we build on it.
And who is your avatar, would you say, if you was to box it up?
I think it's difficult because our girls are like, our customer is they're so different. But I think the one thing that they have in common is they want an unreal outfit that they can't find anywhere else. And they want it to be unique. That's our biggest thing. Like our pieces, you can't buy them anywhere else unless someone's like completely tried to rip us off, but the quality is probably shite. So yeah, I think that's what they have in common. And also, our customers, they're really nice girls. So I'm very involved with like, obviously it's just me. So I message everybody back who messages the brand. Even if it's 10 o'clock at night, I will literally be sat there on my phone. Emails, everything is me. So I want to know like how you found the product. Like, did you get engaged in it? Amazing. There's been so many Tiempo engagements this year.
So cool, that.
And it's so lovely that people want to wear the pieces in like such a special occasion for them. So yeah, I think being in the actual company, like in the nitty gritty of it and being able to speak to like our customers, they're nice girls and they love a gorgeous outfit. And I think that in a nutshell is our customer.
Yeah. Nice. That's nice. That's amazing that people are getting engaged in your thing as well. That's on the mantelpiece forever now.
My sister got engaged in Tiempo as well.
That must be good.
That was a crazy feeling. Crazy. But yeah.
So where do you want the business to get to? Do you want it to be a lifestyle business or do you want to sell it to Boohoo one day for a nice full circle moment?
No. No one is having that brand off me.
Okay.
No
Just gonna have it forever.
I've had investors reach out and want to invest in the company, but I just politely said no. They were like amazing people and gave me some really, really good advice. but I want to keep hold of the brand. I've literally put blood, sweat and tears into this brand and nobody is having it off me. In a nutshell. But where I want the brand to go, I think I just want to continue with where we're at, like making really gorgeous pieces, staying true to who we are as a brand. I don't want us to like delve off into an area that doesn't feel like right for the brand or the business. And like I am the customer. So I think as maybe I get a bit older, the brand might mature with me. But I think that's what's special about Tiempo, because if I won't wear it, I won't bring it out. And if it's not bang on or I don't like the way it fits, I won't bring it out.
Yeah. That's such a unique position that you've got, because that line you just said about your business is the line I use in mine. I am my own avatar.
Yeah.
That's why my business will be so successful.
Yeah.
Because I've got so many touch points with my customer, because I am my customer and I know exactly what I want.
Yeah, 100%.
And
like I think as a woman, when you like order something and it comes and it's itchy, I cannot bear. So like for me, we do a lot of knitwear styles. Biggest thing for me is that is not itchy. I couldn't think of anything worse, but I will try every single piece on. Like I'll walk around in it. You know, I test it walking up the stairs because I'm thinking, well, if we're going to a restaurant and I'm wearing this and it's maxi, but it's not going to split in the back, how am I walking up the stairs? I can't, and I don't want to look like an idiot in a restaurant. So it's the little things like that I'm thinking of for our customers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really want to just continue with where the brand is now, but just scale it, grow it.
And what do you think are the biggest challenges to that scale? Like if you could click your fingers today, like that would fix my problems, what would it be?
Cash flow.
Okay.
Cash flow, number one.
Cash flow in terms of from the lead time from order to delivery?
No, just general cash flow. I think obviously we've done really well in, what's nearly year one, but every bit of money that comes in is constantly reinvested, which is absolutely fine. And we have the money to reinvest. But that is quite a nerve-wracking thing as a business owner, seeing money coming out. Yeah, there's still money coming back in, but you can't stop. So it's a continuous cycle. Do you know what I mean? So it never ends.
Yeah, no, I agree. Cash flow's horrendous.
So I think cash flow, until we're at a stage where I feel more comfortable, I think I've got so much invested in this business. For me, it feels as though I think I'll calm down a little bit when there's a bit more cash flow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then at that point, I'll probably be
for you then.
I'll probably be reinvesting. So yeah, I think scaling, the biggest thing is probably cash flow. And then I think the other thing is it's just me at the moment doing every aspect of this business.
Yeah.
So I think the next step is, if we're wanting to scale, I need a team.
Who's the first hire?
Probably somebody to help with like logistics, so picking, packing, returns, that kind of thing. That takes up, so I still pick and pack all of the orders, obviously print them all in the morning, go down.
Great being a business owner, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, like the way I'm dressed right now, day to day, it's not happening. I've got my gym kit on and trainers because picking and packing in heels is not the one. So it's,
I wouldn't know.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's probably going to be the first, because that takes up and consumes so much of my time and day that it takes me off other things, i.e. designing, which is my strongest point, and I need to be doing that. So I'd say that, and then potentially socials.
An exercise that I did in my business to help me understand my first hire was, I used something called Quickfire. I don't know if you've ever used it.
No.
So it's basically like a time tracking app. So you can type in the task you're doing, start the timer, and stop it when you're done. Yeah. And then you can categorize it: high value, low value.
Yeah, I've seen all this, and my therapist tells me to do it, but I'm not that girl, you know.
But it's really, so I couldn't do it for more than a few days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I did it for a few days, and after that point, it was abundantly clear the areas that I needed help in, and it was admin. It was like the scheduling of jobs. But I think in every business, it will always boil down to the low value tasks. And that's not disrespectful. That's just the reality of it. Like,
it's right. It takes up the most time.
Yeah. But it's not even about time, is it? Because you might sketch out a drawing really quick, right?
Yeah.
But that's taken 10 years of experience to get there.
Yeah.
And it's the value that then brings. I wanted to touch on something you said before, because I totally agree with you. And I spoke to someone about this the other day, and I was actually speaking about Boohoo.
Oh, yeah.
And why it isn't going as well as it was back in the day. And for me,
the consumer's changed.
100%. So you look at the people that have done it really well.
Yeah.
Gymshark.
Yeah.
The brand has evolved with Ben Francis. Mm-hmm. Has Boohoo evolved? I'd argue not.
No.
And that's the issue for me, because I was using the example of Love Island as well.
Yeah.
Like, for me, Love Island isn't as good now as it was 5 years ago. Yeah. But that's because I'm now a different person than I was 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. I want to see single dads on there with bellies.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun now.
Yeah.
Because it's the same concept, right? It just needs to evolve with the consumer, and it isn't.
No, it's not. And I think the problem with that is, so you need to understand who the consumer is right now, and if they're targeting young girls, which they are, let's be serious.
Yeah.
It's the girls who don't have as much money, who still want to get the fashion fix on a budget, but them girls aren't like that anymore. When I was younger, I was that girl. Mm-hmm. I couldn't afford to buy the expensive pieces that were really good quality. I just needed to like look good, but on a budget.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably just get rid of the clothes and then get a new outfit.
Yeah, that was the culture as well.
That was how
10 years ago, that was the culture.
That's what happened.
Fast fashion was there for a reason.
Whereas it's not like that now. Everyone wants good quality.
More conscious.
Even the younger girls, they're a lot more conscious about it. The younger girls are a lot more conscious about working out, what they're putting into their bodies, what they're eating and drinking.
What's on the skin.
So you think that they're then going to buy a top that's £3 and not know where it's come from. It doesn't feel the nicest. They're not. That consumer, she's totally changed.
Yeah.
Totally changed. And I think that's why, and I think she's got morals as well now. Do you know what I mean? She's like, what if that's that cheap, how's it being produced? It's the backstory that people are thinking about as well now.
Yeah,
and I think that's why, like with Tiempo, I'm so passionate about the quality always being bang on and people receiving it and being like, whoa, this is gorgeous. Yeah. This is worth what I've spent. That's where I think the consumer is.
Yeah. Contradictory to what you're saying though, Temu and Shein are absolutely having it off at the minute, aren't they? Like with the money that they're making in the UK market.
They are.
That's the opposite of what you said. Why do you think they're doing so well?
I mean, I'd love to tell you, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a Shein or a Temu girly. I'm really not. Some of my friends are. Even my mum's ordered some pieces off there. Mm-hmm. And I always say to her, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Because what people are forgetting is the reason it's that price is it's coming straight from manufacturer to consumer. Yeah. So there's no one's getting it manufactured, shipping it into them, selling it on. Yeah. You know, and it's not made to order. It's just coming straight from the manufacturer. Yeah. So they're doing runs of thousands all in one go. So that price per unit for them is crazy low, which means they can then charge crazy low for it because there's no middleman here. They're just direct to you. Yeah. And the more they ship out, the better for them because they'll get better rates on shipping, on the flights coming into the UK, everything like that. That's how it works. I've tried to get stock shipped over for Tiempo before and they're like, sorry, Shein are holding up 3 of the planes. And I'm like, what's going on? So I think they're doing well because they're direct. There's no middle ground. And also, they're not pretending to be anything. Yeah. You know that if you order it and it comes and it's shite, well, what did you spend? It was £3. What did you expect? It was going to be shite. And no one's then bothered about losing that £3 because no one's sending it back to China, are they? So I think that's the difference with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. From my research as well, is it true that they're skipping a lot of like UK and EU standards?
Yeah, I just didn't want to say that.
Yeah, I can say it.
So there's a lot of lead in their clothing.
Okay.
Which can be very harmful and damaging. And that's why I tell my mum not to buy it. Or I say, if you do buy it from there, please, she'll laugh when she hears this. But say, please soak it in the bath and you'll see the lead come out.
Really?
Yeah. Because we have certain rules and regulations in this country for like what we can sell to people, and you need to make sure that everything, it's like a checklist. But overseas, and you're buying directly from overseas, they don't. So you just have to be really careful, really careful. Even like jewellery and things like that. Have you ever put a ring on and your finger's gone green?
I've never put a ring on. I'm dreading getting married.
But I can
to put a ring
tell
on all
you
the time.
now, like probably half the girls who will listen to this have put a ring on and it's gone green. So it's like, if your finger's going green, what's in that?
Yeah.
So then it's the same concept but with the clothes, but you just can't see it on the outside surface.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
What, just like a green vest strap that you've got on there?
No, but if something's got lead in and you don't know it, you're not going to see that on your skin. Oh, that's got lead in it because made this happen. But what's it doing to your insides?
Yeah,
it's
true.
Concerning.
Yeah, I've just complete sidestep, but kind of.
Yeah.
I've just moved from aerosol deodorant to Fussy for the same reason.
Oh yeah. So it's the same concept essentially, isn't it?
It's good, that Fussy, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm like everything. I'm like allergic to everything after going through TSW.
Get on, have a look at Fussy, because I think they're like, they're proper clean.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Fingers and Invest, they were on Dragon's Den.
Oh,
and,
okay.
What's she called? Deborah.
Did she invest?
Invested, yeah.
Love Deborah.
Yeah, me too. She's got a good podcast as well.
Has she?
It's called like the Green Money or the Green Business podcast, something like that. So it's about like ethical businesses.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good.
Oh, I'll have a listen. Yeah, I'll try that. Because I went through topical steroid withdrawal last year at the same time as launching Tiempo and at the same time as my dad passing. So there was a lot. It was a traumatic year. And I'm literally like, when I say I'm allergic to everything, like I'm allergic to everything.
Really?
Everything is just so sensitive. I'm just sensitive to everything.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Definitely,
but I'll give it a go, definitely. Definitely.
What's your opinion on influencers?
I think you have to be... I think they're beneficial to a business. I think they're beneficial definitely to fashion, beauty, lifestyle businesses. But I think it needs to be honest and not forced. So for me, I don't pay any influencers. We haven't got the budget to do so. But there are a handful of influencers that we work with who we'll gift the product to, but they are very much like through and through the type of girls who buy from Tiempo. They are our customer essentially. I won't gift to anybody who I don't think is the Tiempo girl.
Yeah.
So I think influencers are very beneficial to a business, providing that you're being very select and you only work with ones who feel true to your business and your values as well. Like people, girls who I've worked with and influencers who I've worked with who are really true to Tiempo have like been so beneficial for us. My stomach's grumbling.
I heard it then. Mine's been doing the same, don't worry.
So yeah, I'd say people should work with them, but only the right ones. Like don't spread yourself too thin, and certainly don't be. Well, I couldn't pay for influencers, so it has to be like a legitimate relationship as well.
Yeah. And I think consumers can smell that now. I think they're much more savvy than they were 10 years ago.
Of course.
Where I fell into it. Mario Falcone wore a t-shirt and I'm like, I'll get that because Mario Falcone's worn it. Like something that Paige not failed with, but learned a lesson the hard way was she sent some stuff to someone from Towie and she just kept the stuff, never posted.
And that can happen as well. I think that's just a risk that you have to take with gifting to influencers.
But if they're the right influencer, to your point,
they'll wear it.
Yeah.
They'll always wear it.
Like they'll wear it, even if it's just a favour to you or whatever. But most of the time, they just enjoy wearing it.
I work with a handful of girls, and I've actually built up really good relationships with them now, and they love the pieces.
Yeah,
they absolutely love the pieces. They love the quality. Some of them even just go on and buy bits themselves. Like, so for me, that's where we've done it right.
Yeah,
and it can be a tricky mistake to make if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
But again, like when you're just starting a business, everything's just a learning curve.
Of course it is.
Like literally everything. There's no right or wrong thing. It's all on your brand, and everyone's different, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, it's only a failure if you let it be a failure. Like,
of course.
Just learn your lesson from it and move on, don't you? Don't let it happen again.
Oh God, the amount of things that I've like learned from and been like, right, okay, I won't do that again.
What's the biggest lesson that you've probably had in the last year, do you think?
I am a run before you can walk girl. I just am. Like, you can ask my boyfriend, I'll be like, yeah, let's just like do this, this and this. And he's like, hold on a minute. But I think that's benefited me as well with Tiempo, because I've been like, fuck it, let's just go. Like let's do this.
Yeah, because you're already 200 metres down the track before anyone else has set off.
Yeah. I think on reflection, looking back now, if I could go back and start Tiempo all over again, I wouldn't launch as many pieces in one go as I did.
Just because logistically carrying that many SKUs is difficult, or?
No, just because I think I felt pressure to, I don't want to launch this website and launch with 2 pieces.
How many did you launch with?
8.
With 4 or 5 sizes per style?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was on the 1st of May. Then I had another drop on the 1st of June that was another 4, and then another drop mid-June that was another 4. So that's a lot of stock to be launching down with in your first 2 months of launching
carrying
a business.
The CapEx as well.
Yeah, literally. So I think on reflection, I'd have scaled that back. I'd have still launched with 4 or 5 pieces, but I think it's clear now which ones didn't work for us, now that I really understand the customer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd scale it back, because I feel like one bestseller could keep me going for months.
Yeah.
Versus 6 pieces that are just trickling through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have learned to like pull that right back.
And what's your view on discounting?
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't do it. I offer 10% off your first order if you sign up to the mail list. And that's about it. And
what do they get for signing up to the mailing list?
So we sometimes will do mail list exclusive discounts, 10%, 20%. That's probably the max that we'll do. And obviously you get notified about new drops, anything that's going on behind the scenes, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But generally speaking, the biggest benefit to being on the mail list is to get discounts.
Yeah.
But I don't do them often. I really don't. Obviously, you get your initial discount for your first order. And then after that, we'll probably do, like, for instance, Boxing Day, I just did 20% off site-wide.
Yeah.
But I'm not a brand who runs discounts, and I don't want to be known as a brand that runs discounts. I think you end up in very tricky territory when you do that, because you almost say to the customer, no, don't buy today when we're full price, because you know that next week we're going to do 20% off.
Yeah. And I think
got to be really, really careful with that.
I think you're saying 100% the right things based on my experience with House of Sculpt.
Yeah.
That was the mistake Paige made. We've reflected on it, and I told her at the time, but once you discount, you're too late.
Yeah.
You're then in a period where you're like, listen, I'm either continuing discounting or I'm going to hold firm and know I'm not going to see anything for however many months. And then the new consumer comes back who doesn't like the discount, or they realise it's not being discounted or whatever. Yeah. So I agree. I 100% agree with everything you're saying.
And I think it's so easy when you're in that zone and you're not getting sales to go, I'm panicking here. We need to discount. I need some sales. But standing strong and being like, no, I'm not doing that, because that's not what this brand is about. Later down the line, you'll benefit from that. And we have benefited from that, because when everybody else has been throwing discount codes at people left, right and centre, I've been like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. No, I think you're doing the right thing. Can I throw my 2 pence in?
Go on
the mailing list?
Yeah,
Do you know what I think you need to start tomorrow?
What?
A newsletter.
Tell me when I've got the time. You're probably right. I am swamped. It's ridiculous.
I think that.
But you are probably right.
Because I think your consumers will love that.
Yeah.
Your experience, your background.
So what I'm wanting to do is whenever I do anything a little bit more like BTS behind the scenes on socials and kind of introduce like why the brand started and that kind of thing, people love it. It always does so well. And I want to build on that more.
Yeah.
But having the time with everything else going on, and that's why I'm saying I really need to offload some of my other work to people and I just need to start building a team really to allow me to be able to do things like that because you're so right.
Because I think a founder should be focusing on what does it say? The high important, non-urgent tasks. That's what every founder should be working on.
Yeah.
And a newsletter is high important, but not urgent. So you need to put that hour in your calendar every week or every month, whatever it is, and go, listen, I'm going to pencil a newsletter directly to my girls.
Yeah.
And I think you'll then get more people signing up as a result.
Yeah.
And then...
No, you are probably right.
Because it's about community. I think all businesses, the
100%.
most successful businesses now are about community, especially in your sector.
Yeah, 100%. And I do think we're getting there with building a community, 100%. But it's just something that you can always build on. Yeah. Always.
Are you doing any community events or anything like that?
Cashflow.
Okay.
I do want to. So
I've got an idea on that, by the way.
My goal is to back end of the year to be looking at that. Because I would love to do like a community event where like everyone comes and meets each other and we all have a gorgeous chat or whatever, it may be, because I think that that's so important.
Yeah.
And I really want to meet everyone as well. I speak to so many girls over the socials, emails, that kind of stuff, who have got such amazing things to say.
Yeah.
But it'd just be so nice to get everybody together.
Well, this is something that Paige did really good with Houses, really well. Whatever the correct English thing is there. She started to build community events, and the way she got around the cash flow thing is she would do an event where there was a paid ticket, and so she'd do a yoga event, a wellness event, and you pay 20 quid, and it ended up being cost neutral to her. But then she'd take some sample pieces or some stock and have a rail, then people would buy. And the sales were negligible in the grand scheme of things, but it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think what's the place in Stockport called? The studio.
I think I've shot there.
Yeah, I think you have.
I can't.
Because I remember seeing some of the old Wanderlust girls there when I was there.
I can't remember, but I think I've shot there.
And then there's Content House in Manchester.
I've shot there.
That's in my office building.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've shot there before too. I actually have, there's a new content studio opening in Wigan, 2 girls from Wigan. Obviously, I'm a Wigan girlie, so if I can support the Wigan girls, I'd rather,
Yeah, but something like that, like if you can say to the girls, will you sub me, give me a free hour or whatever, 20 quid a ticket, sell 20, 30, 40, 50 tickets, make it really intimate. Shouldn't really cost you anything.
No, yeah, it's worth doing. I think this is the one thing about me though that I do need to work on. I am such a perfectionist, and sometimes it's not a good thing. So it is in a sense of like, I'll obsess over the fit, I'll obsess over the fabric and make sure it's perfect for our customers. But sometimes I'll obsess too much and I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
You need to let some things go.
Well, that's contradictory to what you just said when you first started. Remember when you first started, you was like, I'm just going to go. Like, don't let perfection get in the way of getting started.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It does get in the way with me sometimes. Yeah. Tricky one, innit?
Yeah, because when you do an event, you just want it to be like the best event that anyone's ever been to. Yeah. Like I think Paige got, she'd get a company in that does porridge pots, like overnight oats, was it? She'd get companies that do that. She did, she reached out to a lot of brands and built a goodie bag. So she had like a House of Sculpt goodie bag that then had lots of little makeup bits in that some big brands as well had gifted her stuff.
That's good.
So maybe look into that, because I don't know how many social followers you got. Do you know roughly?
How many we've got?
Yeah.
We've actually just hit over 6,100.
Okay. Yeah, amazing. Well done.
Which is crazy because we literally started with one and it was me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
I think I'm one of your followers.
Yeah, but the fact that there's over 6,000 people following, like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're still a million miles away from where some brands are at, but like, you know, we're growing.
Yeah,
and that's the main thing.
If you want, after this, I'll maybe speak to Paige. Have you ever spoke to Paige before? I'm sure.
No,
I thought she'd reached out. I told her to reach out when she was building her brand, just about the whole fashion designer stuff. But I'll ask her to reach out. And
I'm so bad with messages.
All right. See if she can help in any way about any brands that she, because she was really good at that side of things.
Yeah.
So she's exited now. So she's just looking after the two kids. So.
Oh, that's nice though.
I think we're coming towards the end now. So one question actually before going to Quickfire. How are you using AI in your business?
So how I do use AI is if I've got an idea for a social post, for instance, and I want to do like, I don't know, like a Tiempo wax stamp or something like that, before I'll spend a ridiculous amount of time trying to bring that to life, I'll ask AI to like mock it up for me. Yeah. And then if it's like, yeah, that's the vibe, then I know I can put money into either getting it produced by somebody else or taking the time to actually film it myself. So that is a way that I use it. And I think that it's a good way because it's almost like helping you avoid financial mistakes.
Yeah.
So I use it in that sense. And then don't we all just like chat to ChatGPT like it's our fellas? Yeah, literally. So yeah.
I have started exploring some of the others though. I definitely recommend this.
My dad had this software, like this crazy one about business. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. Obviously before he passed, and he said, "Just get on this. I've paid for it. Use it, whatever." And I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but it would like write up contracts and all sorts of stuff. Right. It was crazy.
I think they all have the use cases. Like from my experience so far, Gemini is really good for finance stuff.
Right. There's also one called Newark, which I use quite a bit. So what I do is I'll draw up my design. Once I'm happy with it, I'll submit my CAD drawing on a model into Newark, and it brings back a real life version of what my design would look like. And for me, that's really good because I can go, I'm not vibing how that looks. I'll change this and this, resubmit, let's see how it looks now. Or the length of that's not quite right. And it kind of allows you to see it in real life before you submit it to sample.
Yeah.
So that's really beneficial.
Never heard of that. I've made a note of it.
Really good, really good. And I think it's, I'm not sure if it's just a fashion one or if it'll generate, like bring anything to life, if that makes sense. But I think it's more fashion led. Yeah,
Newark AI fashion design tool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Obviously, you still need to do your CAD initially.
Okay.
Well, you might not need to. I just do my CAD initially and then submit it in and say, you have to give them a description. So like, gold knitted maxi dress with pearls, or however, you'd be very descriptive of your... It looks
really good, this website.
It's amazing.
Obviously, I'm not in the industry, but...
It's amazing. It's just really useful for seeing things before you actually put them into work. Yeah. It's time and money.
Yeah, like these pictures, they look like humans.
Everything's time and money. And that really helps with time and money.
It's mad how much savings it's going to make, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's not even that expensive. I shouldn't say that. You should probably
give away all your secrets.
Probably upper prices now. But no, whoever made that, like, hats off to her. Great. Really great.
See, I'll go down a rabbit hole now. Like, I'll look at who has made that, how much they're worth.
I think it's a lady called Ivan.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to have a look later.
Yeah, no, do. Really good.
Okay, so we've got some quick fire questions.
Go on, hit me.
Do you have any unpopular business opinions?
Yeah, I do actually. Unpopular business decisions or business opinions.
Whatever you prefer.
I don't think you need to be like up at 5 a.m. or working out. This is a
good one.
Working out at 6, burning yourself out, and then only having coffee 3 hours later, then going to the office and just absolutely burning yourself out.
Yeah.
I think the benefits of being a business owner are if you want to work from 12 till 8 and that suits your life and everything is still okay with you doing that, amazing. You choose when you want to work. If you are a morning person, amazing. Yeah. But don't try and force yourself into being the 5 a.m. club girl, because I am not the 5 a.m. club girl. I need my sleep. It's so important.
I'm grumpy in the morning. I would rather work.
My boyfriend's grumpy in the morning.
I'm so grumpy. I'd rather work until midnight.
Yeah. And I think it's learning what personality you are. If you are a morning person, amazing. Get up in the morning, smash it, go do you. But if you're not and you want to work till 10 o'clock at night because that's how you work best, or you're like, sometimes my creative thoughts start when I'm just sat there chilling watching the TV. I'm like, oh, actually I need to do a dress like this. Great, get the laptop out then.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong. And I think sometimes we're being force fed. Get up at 5, go and work out, do this. Your day has to look like that. It doesn't.
I agree. Do you know what I hate about that culture as well? That if I send a work email at 5 a.m, that's acceptable. If I send a work email at midnight, that's not acceptable.
Oh, I send them whenever.
So I said before about I had some issues in January with recruitment. One of the issues was a new starter didn't start because I sent her an email at 2 a.m.
But she's not up at 2 and you're not opening at 2.
I wasn't asking her to respond at 2.
No.
I didn't message her again to say, why didn't you respond to me at 2?
Yeah. I know. And I think when you're so involved in your business and, it's not like, we're not talking about like these huge corporate businesses who have got CEOs implemented and everything like that. We're talking about people who are like, they're grafting their ass off. So yeah, if an email comes through at 2 a.m, doesn't mean you have to respond, but if that's what works and suits your lifestyle better, then I think that's cool.
Yeah, I agree. My lesson is there that I now schedule send instead of sending.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now if you ever get an email bang on 8 o'clock from me, you know
it's actually been sent at 3 a.m.
Yeah. If you could own any business in the world, what would it be and why?
Tiempo.
That's a really good answer, but that's a cop-out.
I don't want any other business. I'm like, I fucking love my brand. As baby small as it is right now, I wouldn't swap it for any other business.
Nice.
And I don't
love your passion.
Enjoy any other industry enough to be like, I think you thrive in what you enjoy. So for me to sit here and say I'd want to own like a water company. Am I that invested in water? Am I that bothered? I'm not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I like water. I like bottled water. But it's not that deep, is it? Whereas some people, you'll speak to them about it, you'll be like, and they'll be really into it.
Yeah.
But I'm not that invested in anything else.
Is there any brands in the fashion space that you really respect?
Yeah, there's a lot of, there's a good handful. I think House of CB with what Conor Walker's done with that off the back of no investment is like, I take my hat off to her. That is insane and amazing. A lot of respect. Same goes for like Amy Smale with Odd Muse, Grace Beverley with Tala. Like, do you know what I mean? Like there's a couple of female founders who I'm like absolute hats off to, yeah. So yeah. But I think like them brands are their babies. Like Tiempo is my baby.
Yeah. Yeah, the passion just oozes out of them.
Yeah. And it's got to, otherwise you're just not gonna succeed. Yeah. Like I'm constantly working, but I love it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like work.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I'm still on my phone at night, if I'm okay with that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. And I think just going back to the savvy consumer bit that we mentioned earlier, I think those smaller streetwear brands now, I call them streetwear because I haven't got a better phrase for them, but like your Arns, like I wear Arn, for example. Like those small, I know they're getting bigger, but I think those small, Capo is another one that I buy from. Those smaller streetwear, more independent ones, I think the consumer feels more of a relationship with.
100%.
Instead of your ASOS and your Boohoo and your M&S or whatever it is.
I think sometimes the really big brands where they go wrong is it doesn't feel personal anymore. It feels like it's just being churned out.
Yeah.
Whereas even though the likes of Arn are growing and they're growing rapid, and like hats off to them as well, they've done an amazing job. They're still very much, it still feels like a very much personable brand.
I agree.
And like you can, I don't know, you just feel like you can feel the community online, especially on socials and stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Final question. What's your coffee house of choice?
Coffee house of choice. So where I'm from, we don't really have like many coffee houses. There's a place called the Old Bank, and they do a mega oat milk cappuccino, because that's my order.
Okay.
But
you can have that if you want. You don't need to do a big chain.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm constantly going through drive-through for a coffee because it's easy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And half the time I do need a coffee fix.
We were talking about those vending machines in petrol stations before, the coffee machines. They're absolute saving grace, them.
They never do oat milk. I never get from them. Yeah. And also you need to be careful with them because, do you know, like there's something's not right about how they're not cleaned.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like my brain just goes like that. I'm like, who's cleaning that? And I'm like, they're not, are they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
If anybody wants to have a look at your amazing pieces, where do they go to find you?
You can find us on our Instagram, Tiempo Clo, or our website, tiempoclo.com.
Amazing. Cheers, Nic. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Brand awareness from launching the scheme is so powerful. I'll give you an example of a client that we generated an incredible return on investment. So the scheme was just 4 luxury homes. Through positioning, through value proposition, through all of the marketing materials, through the branding, everything that we produced, we're able to generate inquiries of reservations and completed on sales of all 4 months before completion. And it increased GDV of £250,000. There is research to show that you can increase the GDV by up to 11% through brand.